You will have a hard time believing what happened when Chris Brown would not participate in a cozy demonstration with Diddy in a hazardous detailed story interview Earthy Colored lets the cat out of the bag on the dull insider facts of the music business, uncovering a snare of double-dealing influence and control. Chris lets the cat out of the bag on Diddy's steady interest, and the results he confronted. Greetings everybody. And welcome back to Celeb Live Channel, your definitive hotspot for the juiciest VIP tattle today. We jump further into the unstable fight between Chris Brown and Diddy. Prepare yourselves as we uncover the extreme response that Diddy purportedly had when Chris Brown turned down his advances plan to observe the dim underside of distinction. As we uncover the insider facts, strategic maneuvers, and control that happen away from plain view, Chris Earthy Colored's new declarations in regards to the condition of the music business, and Diddy's exercises traversing the most recent few decades are obviously huge. He strongly guarantees that Diddy, alongside the music business at large, has been applying direct tension on specialists, constraining them to embrace homosexuality. Amazingly numerous people have approached to substantiate his charges, which even outperform the limits of ludicrousness, by this dubious figure. To add to the perplexity, it has now arisen that the terrible kid magnate once turned down the potential chance to sign youthful Chris, essentially in light of the fact that the last option would not submit to Diddy's uncalled for requests. As one insider said, they give them cross-dressers. So you go, so they get recruited again inebriated. And they have translated, yo, they have drag queens. Come and take this. Amidst Chris Brown's hotly anticipated collection discharge, last June he partook in an arresting conversation with the men of Drink Champions. In addition to the fact that he gave experiences into his exceptionally expectedly, yet he likewise disclosed stunning mysteries about his childhood in the business. The most interesting part, as I don't have the foggiest idea about many individuals, don't turn me down, I was playing, we should discuss. It imparted the vocalist to a bit of vulnerability. He divulged that he had verged on turning into a recording craftsman under Terrible Kid, yet Diddy turned him down. And for what he maintained that Chris should participate in a close connection with him, Chris added, I'm by and large totally fair here. I was around 12 years of age in those days. This was before I associated with Def Jam. It was me. And TJ, the child of one of my creation chiefs. He says, yet my sibling, right up to the present day. We framed a gathering. Brown uncovered referencing that the gathering didn't have a name. The host of Drink Champions, Nori, energetically prodded, well, that is presumably why he didn't find you all. Without digging into additional points of interest, Nori added, in the event that you had flaunted your dance moves, he would have certainly marked you. Yet, well, that didn't occur as consistently. Diddy just signs the individuals who consent to his cravings. Yet the whole music industry is filled with debasement, and Chris is only one of its sad casualties anyway. Diddy isn't the primary individual of note to confront allegations about his sexual direction. 50 Penny, known for his straightforward nature, as of late censured Jay-Z in a meeting, contrasting him with the late craftsman Vasha, who was transparently gay. On a more good note, rapper Rick Ross as of late communicated his help for the Elubetu local area in the hip bounce industry. In a meeting with Crazy Geneva, Ross communicated help for the consideration of gay rappers and urged hopeful craftsmen to seek after their fantasies. Normally, this drove some to address Ross' own sexual direction. It appeared to be that even 50 Penny might have engaged such contemplations when he ended up in steaming hot water for posting interesting remarks about Diddy and Rick Ross on Instagram. In one photo, the two had all the earmarks of being near the precarious edge of a kiss in front of an audience. While in another photograph that he was caught embracing Steve Strong, a previous record leader, who turned out to be wearing a pink shirt when you advised me to take me shopping. I saw him like, what did you simply say? The following commotion provoked 50 Penny to quickly eliminate the disputable post from his virtual entertainment accounts. It's significant that 50 Penny has recently brought up issues about Diddy's sexuality. So this episode isn't the first of its sort. In a different meeting, Jaden Smith, a gifted artist and child of Will Smith, likewise stood out as truly newsworthy by freely examining his capricious sentiment with American rapper jolting second in front of an audience at the Flangna Festival live concert in Los Angeles. Jaden made an unforeseen disclosure. In spite of being just 20 years of age at the time, Jaden valiantly broadcasted to the group, "I need to tell you Tyler would rather not say yet Tyler's my sweetheart. And he's been my beau my entire life." Jaden's significant arousing remained as an extraordinary second in hip bounce. Yet he wasn't the sole pioneer in the business. Candid C1 More performer bravely decided to impart his reality to the world in a piercing letter released upon the computerized material of Tumblr. C uncovered his homosexuality digging into his childhood, and the melodic powers that molded him. Admirers from all corners, be it fans, peers, individual performers, or individuals from the LGB food to local area, hailed his dauntlessness and tracked down motivation in his faithful legitimacy anyway. As is many times the situation with groundbreaking occasions, there were disagreeing voices in the chronicles of 2013. A charged quarrel arose between Hannah C and individual craftsman Chris Earthy Colored, making a permanent imprint on their direction. C evened out a dazzling allegation describing a frightening experience where he affirmed being menaced with a gun and exposed to a homophobic slur. At first reluctant to depend on legitimate measures, C position seemed to move in the midst of reports of a blazing conflict between the two performers on a critical day at a Los Angeles recording studio. A police report specifying the occurrence with C showed up in Group C. Everything began when C would not expand his hand for a handshake to Brown. After a warmed contention over a parking spot, the showdown raced, bringing about Brown smacking C upside the head. The objection likewise asserts that individuals from Earthy Colored's company stuck C against a wall, endeavoring to kick him while he was verbally subsidiary due to his sexual direction. In spite of critical wounds supported during the squabble, C decided not to look for surefire clinical consideration. As per the Authority report, Blunt's showcase of boldness and openly embracing his homosexuality and utilizing his foundation to share his process has evidently filled in as a guide of motivation for endless people wrestling with their own self-accussion. An acknowledgement anyway. A few cynics have raised questions in regards to the effect of his activities. Inside the music business, there exists an organization of renowned people who keep up with kinships with some in any event, going into union with disguise their actual sexual direction. Well, I can't straightforwardly dig into this theme because of the predominance of superdirectives supplanting slander regulations. It stays a subject of interest and hypothesis. There is likewise a restricting perspective in the business that is extremely normal, and thusly can't be stayed away from. One insider, who wished to stay unknown, said that it is normal practice in the music business for specialists to be compelled to perform acts that are seen as straightforwardly gay. A similar insider communicated worry about the ramifications for society. He noticed that music craftsmen have gigantic impact, particularly on naive youthful personalities. And consequently, as per a similar insider, the developing prominence of homosexuality, which is being forced on society by asserting that it strays based on what is viewed as the standard, is becoming risky. Yet, as we said before, gay entertainers can't have a real sense of reassurance and are gone after. In any case, a person with insider information on the music business has approached to uncover an unsettling reality. Industry leaders effectively tempt performers into an unsafe universe of inebriation and change states. These weak specialists end up entrapped in a trap of trickery that hangs the commitments of popularity and fortune, yet at an excessive individual expense. Amazingly, it is reputed that these detestable demonstrations are carefully archived, with even ladies purportedly involved tirelessly recording these unfathomable events. One can't resist the urge to address what genuinely unfolds behind the shut entryways of this puzzling world. Yet that is not all. The source, deciding to stay mysterious, has strikingly pointed fingers at the scandalous DD, marking them as the guilty parties behind these vile demonstrations. As per the Insider, a spilled video supposedly catches the embroiled performer and gay maturing in proper way of behaving on the off chance that these cases turn out as expected. It reveals the ferocious and savage nature of the music business. Apparently offering one's spirit to Satan has become standard working system inside this game. The people who will not respect these requests might confront desperate results. Underneath the reflexive exterior lies a chilling truth that strikes dread into the hearts of the people who set out to address anyway. Let us stay considerably more profound into the mind of the actual craftsmen. Are they cognizant members in these exercises? The master uncovers that close by different specialists, there are the people who have figured out how to oppose the charm of such shamelessness. Unfortunately, the source additionally features the lamentable destiny of Shaquille Stewart, a figure who probably capitulated to the malignant powers inside the calling, alluding to the likelihood that Stewart's troublesome end was a consequence of the tensions he looked in the business. Another insider made a surprising case about the presence of mystery tapes that could uncover the real essence of strong figures in the business. Supposedly, these tapes contain the joke of numerous well-known craftsmen and are utilized for coercion. Moguls like Diddy and so forth control the whole business for their own motivations. With such soil, this disclosure makes us miracle.